I'm Jordan. I am a wife, a mom, a dog mom, and I'm just a girl living life for the first time. So if that is a problem, then I'm sorry. Sorry, I just didn't know what to say, okay? Just didn't know what to say. This is a video about weight loss and my 10 tips, hacks to losing weight and keeping it off. I will say that you're gonna find throughout my videos that come up on this topic, which by the way, I am not a weight loss expert. I'm also not a dietitian. I'm also not a doctor. And so I'm just a girl who is on a journey and wanting to share these epiphanies that have happened for me in case they resonate with you. As I was thinking this through and planning this video, I actually started to realize how little people talk about these things. The things that have helped me the most, like, have just honestly, like, are just lived epiphanies. Like, I never found a YouTube video that was like, these are your 10 hacks, and then it was like, yeah, that's true. I mean, some of them, there's some truth to some of them that probably you may have heard here and there, but this is very much based on my own experience through weight loss. So anyway, I started when I was at my heaviest. I was about 220 pounds. Numbers don't really matter to me. To a degree, because again, a lot of things affect, I'm tall, I'm 5'7", and so sometimes when I tell people my weight, they're actually surprised because I guess like my weight is just more stretched out because I'm taller than maybe a shorter person would be. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I was at my heaviest, I was 220 pounds and honestly felt my worst. It was partially my weight, but it was also like I was just mentally not in a good place, which is part of the reason why I was even that heavy to begin with. So let's put a pin on that for later. But I also in that time discovered through my labs with my doctor that I was pre-diabetic, which was kind of a catalyst for me in just getting a hold on my health overall, and really looking at my health long-term and longevity-wise, just wanting my lifestyle to support me living as long as humanly possible, being able to be around for my grandkids, babysit my grandkids, play with my grandkids, just like being an active participant in my life and in the life of the people that I love for a very long time, as long as humanly possible. And so that kind of started my journey. And you'll see in the end of the video, I will show you a before and after, I guess, up to my current progress of the weight that I have been able to lose. And yeah, I am really excited to share this with you guys. Not all my videos are going to be about weight loss or my diet, but they will come up because it's a strong part of my life, because I am going against my nature in this area. And so it is something that I have to regularly like focus on or make exciting. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But like, I have to have it more at the forefront of my mind than maybe a person who like just naturally has a like very great relationship with food, and that's just not the case for me. So I have to like put a lot of energy and attention to it. And a lot of this has become muscle memory for me, which makes me really proud that I have stuck to just like making small changes over a long course of time and just stuck to them. That actually makes me very proud, and thankful to the Lord that He's helped me. So let's get into it. Here are my 10 hacks or tips for getting the weight off and keeping it off. Number one is that I wanted to start out with this for a reason, but weight loss is not a requirement to live a life of contentment. Yeah, let's just sit with that for a minute. It's so important. that we don't believe the lie of the culture that weight loss is like the thing that we need to do in order to have this amazing life. And yes, there are things that improve in our life when we are in better physical shape. And I do have like certain areas of my life are just like improved by having lost weight, but more than anything, it's like my overall health has improved. And so I'm just able to show up in my life with more ease and just, I don't know, it has helped. But when it comes to contentment, that just comes from such a deeper place of just being thankful for the life that God's given you and the body that you have. And because you could lose 10 pounds next week, and I will tell you, as you lose weight, your body's changing. And as you know, if you're a woman who's given birth, the changes are part of what throws us off, like not knowing how to wear our clothes, like not being familiar with our body, feeling like a stranger, like our body is a stranger to us. These things kind of like can get to us mentally. Weight loss will kind of do the same thing to you to a degree, where you'll lose weight and you'll be like, oh my gosh, like my butt looks funny. Oh my gosh, like I can't wear shorts right now. And it's not that you can't wear shorts, you just don't feel confident in shorts. These things will come up. And it's important that our contentment doesn't come from the way our body looks or the way our clothes are fitting. The contentment comes from, we can have joy in the Lord. He's given us breath in our lungs. Like there's so many things to be grateful for. So number one is do not look for contentment in your weight loss journey, because it's not gonna serve it up, girl. It's just not. Okay, number two, for the most part, extreme diets set you up to fail at some point if you're eliminating, especially if you're eliminating whole food groups. This is extremely important to me because I live like a low-ish, I always say low-ish carb lifestyle. Oh, I'm sitting on the floor so my legs are falling asleep. Bad choice, Jordan. I have a history. So before I ever actually struggled with my weight, when I was about 19, I went through this season where I did Atkins diet. And that's like keto before keto was really like a thing. And I pretty much like eliminated carbs out of my diet, and I did lose a lot of weight, and I didn't even really need to lose weight. I wasn't underweight by any means. I was just like very, like, I guess thin for a season of time. And that really set me up for failure later on, because even though it was successful, I started like internally demonizing things like apples because they were a higher carb fruit. I pretty much only stuck to berries, only a certain amount of berries per day. And if you're familiar with like the keto or the Atkins diet, I mean, it basically is dependent on you being in a state of ketosis. And in order to be in ketosis, you do have to limit those foods. And I'm not saying that being in a state of ketosis is bad, because I, from time to time, will utilize fasting and carb restriction in order to move into a state of ketosis to boost, in certain seasons, my weight loss. And so it's not to demonize it at all, but that is not a lifestyle to live long term. And you need to have a plan going into it on how you're going to transition out of that and what it's going to look like for you out of, because it can be a catalyst for binge eating and just swinging the pendulum too far in the other direction. Now let's move on to number three. Number three is try, if you need to eliminate something from your diet, or you're trying to cut back on a certain thing in your diet, like say you have high LDL or whatever is on your labs, and your doctor's like, you need to get this down, you need to reduce the fat intake, or like your blood sugar's high, like you need to bring down your carbs and your sugars. Instead of quitting carbs or sugars cold turkey, it's not going to work long term. Try reducing them by picking certain times of the day to avoid them. And this is where one of my later tips is going to come in handy. But I had a dietitian that basically was like, why don't you just have a low carb dinner? like make your dinners low carb. Realistically, you don't actually need carbs in the evening because you're going to go to bed. Carbs give you a good spike of energy. They're very beneficial for certain reasons, but you can reduce them at dinner, and that's a very strategic way to just kind of reduce the amount of carbs that you're eating in the day. And so that was one of the things that really helped me, because I'm like, okay, like eat my carbs early in the morning and balance it with some protein and a little bit of fat, and then in the evening, like just have a salad with protein and like a filling carb-free dinner. And that seemed to really work for me. So try, instead of like going into an extreme diet, try finding ways to reduce, make sustainable changes is what I'm trying to say. Make a sustainable change, okay? Let's go into number 4, because a lot of these are intercombined and interlinked with each other, so I don't want to spend too much time on one. Number 4, swap out ingredients instead of banning them. Okay, this was key for me. Swapping ingredients instead of banning them. This means doing things like, if you're eating a lot of tortillas, opt for a low carb tortilla. You'll find that in this market that we currently live, that it is very, 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 very easy to find alternatives. Like more than any time in history can you find an alternative, especially with the wide range of like sugar replacements that we have on the market right now. I'm not saying all of them are great for you, but like if you have a blood sugar problem and your initial thing is like, I need to like not spike my blood sugar first thing in the morning with my coffee, swap your sugar for allulose, girl. Like you don't need to like stop drinking coffee. Just find healthy swaps one at a time, make sustainable changes, and you will find that you don't actually have to give up your whole life. You will find that you can just swap ingredients. There's a lot of really great keto or low carb breads. Again, I'm talking in my world. I am a low carb girl. And so you're going to find that I'm going to be talking about those kinds of replacements, but there's all kinds of replacements. If you are sensitive to gluten or whatever, there's so many replacements on the market these days. So swap, don't ban. Okay. Now we're going to go to number 5. I am so passionate about this. In fact, all my friends will tell you that I've told them this at some point. Don't wait until you reach your goal to buy clothes that fit, okay? Such a temptation, because all our life we're being told, oh, once you get to this weight, you can buy the new jeans, blah, 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 blah. No, girl, go. If you don't have any jeans that fit you right now that make you feel confident in your body, go right now and spend $40, $60, whatever you need to spend to get a pair of jeans that make you feel confident in your body, that just feel good on your body, and comfortable on your body. Don't punish yourself for being where you're at today. Just like move forward, okay? We're not staying over there. We're moving forward. Okay? I'm telling you right now that this is not a promise, but I will tell you, twice I just broke down and I got the size jean I was currently wearing because all of my jeans were like too big. Well, first of all, going back to when you're not yet losing weight, still, if you're wearing clothes that fit, you're gonna feel better and it's gonna motivate you towards your goal of losing weight. Trust me. Just feeling good in your body is very important to reaching your goals. But I lost a bunch of weight in one like kind of shorter season, and all my jeans were loose, but I knew that I wanted to lose more weight. And instead of, I'm so glad I did this, instead of waiting, I just went ahead and bought the pair of jeans that fit me. And lo and behold, I was kind of in like a plateau or whatever, and I bought the new jeans and I was feeling good again, and all of a sudden the weight started coming off again. So if you are waiting until you reach your goal, I mean, if you are worried about the money, that's real. Thrift stores are a thing. I found a pair of really cute Abercrombie jeans at, I think, a Plato's Closet or something, like one of those thrift stores, and they're one of my favorite pairs of jeans. But even if you spend $60 on a brand new pair of jeans that you only wear for 1 month or 2 months, who cares? Consider it like all part of the package, all part of the package if you're wanting to lose weight. if you lost the weight and that was a goal of yours and you did it, like, who cares if you can't wear those jeans anymore? Let's go on to number 6. All right. Pick a lifestyle that makes sense for your long-term health, not just short-term goals. Go to the doctor, get your blood work done. Being a size 7 won't actually help you if you have high blood sugar, for instance, and are still not getting that under control. It is important to know what your body needs, and going to your doctor is crucial. I'm not saying all doctors are amazing in this area, because sometimes they, I don't know, whatever's considered healthy at the doctor doesn't always line up in real life, okay? So there's that. But in general, our blood work doesn't really lie, especially if you can get your blood work done every year and you can see a trend, right? You can kind of see, okay, this is going up every year. I need to get a hold on this. Incorporate that into your lifestyle. Lots of people go into weight loss with just strictly the goal of losing weight, and they're not considering the fact that their body is like screaming in one area or another. And sometimes paying attention to that can be the thing that unlocks your weight loss. So pay attention to what your body needs. Number 7 is go to a dietitian. This day and age, our insurance, I don't know about you, if you have insurance, most people, I want to say, have insurance. Didn't they ban not having insurance? We all have insurance. My insurance covers and has covered consistently a dietitian at 100%. I have not paid out of pocket for a dietitian for a very long time. And a lot of people don't even know that's available to them within their insurance. And if you're paying for insurance, it's very expensive. Just use your insurance. It'll pay for you. There are so many apps that make seeing a dietitian so easy and painless, like being able to see a virtual dietitian almost at any time of day. So definitely utilize that. I remember just so many times as I've seen dietitians throughout the years that they can help you get out of a rut. Like when you're like, I don't know what to make anymore. I'm tired of all this food like that I've been making and I need inspiration. Just having somebody else who's brainstorming with you can actually help you to think of like new, fresh ideas, things that you're missing. I remember my last dietitian got me on a chicken salad kick. She sent me some chicken salad recipes that I had never thought of or seen. And it swapped like half of the mayo for yogurt. And it was like, one of them was like an elote chicken salad. And it got me on a chicken salad kick. And I was eating chicken salad every day. Another thing you learn about me is I kind of tend to hyperfixate on things. But yeah, I ate chicken salad all summer last year. And it really helped me just to not have to think about it. And so that's why seeing a dietitian can really help you in your weight loss goals. Number 8 is ease into movement. That's important. I made this mistake so many times in my life. Ease into movement. Do not just go to a boot camp and be like, this is going to change my life. Because what's going to end up happening, if you're anything like me, is you're just going to wake up really sore and you're not going to move for like 3 days. And then you're going to be back at square one. Okay, so nobody ever lost or met their goal by showing up to one single boot camp, okay? What's important is doing something sustainable changes. One of the most, like the biggest changes, like in my own journey with my health is walking. Like actually going on a walk every day has been so great for me. It's great for my blood sugar. It's great for my mental health. It's great for me all around. And also my dog really appreciates when I take him on a walk. So start with walking. I mean, some people only walk their whole life, and it's just a good thing. You don't stinking need to go crazy at the gym today, okay? All right. Number 9, set realistic goals. If I'm 200 pounds, say, and I want to be 150 pounds, that's not my first goal. Set realistic goals. I can't stress this enough. I can't stress any of this enough. But one of the things we can do to set ourselves up for success is not put too much pressure on ourselves to do things too quickly. The weight loss that I have currently gone through or have experienced, I guess I'll put at the end of the video how many pounds I've lost. I don't even actually know right at this current moment. I started at like 220, 222 or something like that. And I'm currently 185. And that took me like years. It took me so many years. Like I lost weight from 220 to 215, and then 215 to 205. And then I hung out there for a while. And then I was 200 pounds. And then it was like, wow, getting under 200 pounds was a big like hump for me. And then getting under 190 was like a big hump for me. So like, again, like don't set yourself up for failure and discouragement by setting unrealistic goals for yourself. Set a realistic goal, okay? Even if your goal doesn't have anything to do with weight and it has to do with just like going outside every day and getting a walk in, set a realistic goal. Number 10. This is technically my last tip, but not my final, and you'll see what I mean. Regularly switch to maintenance mode. Did you hear me? Regularly switch to maintenance mode. Do not live in a state of weight loss all the time. You will get burnt out. It is not going to work out for you. Okay, it might work out for you, but if you're anything like me, it won't work out for you. Okay? There were times where it just wasn't realistic for me to be in a state of weight loss, whether it be postpartum, pregnancy. I'm just going through a really hard time and my mental energy needs to go somewhere else. It's not always realistic to be in weight loss mode. Have a plan for what maintenance looks like for you that sets you up for your whole life. Like what do you want your relationship with food to look like? What do you want it to look like for you when you are just maintaining and living your life? Like, how are you going to handle food in those seasons and regularly practice it in intervals? So you reach your first baby goal of losing 5 pounds, switch to maintenance mode for literally like a full month. That sounds maybe counterintuitive to you, but I kind of did this on accident and it actually has helped me so much because my last goal that I reached, I had a goal to get to like 180, my goal, 185 before I left to California, where I'm from, to go visit. And I was like, by the time I go to California, I want to hit 185. Instead of immediately going into pendulum or binge mode while I was on vacation, I did not gain any weight on my trip. I came back, wasn't in weight loss mode. I was just in this maintenance mode and didn't gain a pound back. And that was in December. It is now April. And I'm like kind of back into the swing of a weight loss mode for myself. And I didn't gain a single pound. And that is like a huge win for me. Just being able to like live life and not have to think too hard about it. I have practiced maintenance mode a lot in my life. Okay. Again, I just want to stress, I'm not an expert on weight loss, but I have lived this. This has been something that I've been walking through for many, many years now, and it will come up on this channel because I live a low carb lifestyle. I plan to bring content about just like fun things to buy that are low carb, that have kept me satiated and like excited to stay low carb. But just remember that I'm not an expert. And like I said, you should always consult your doctor, your trusted doctor for health advice. And I'm not suggesting you do anything crazy. I am actually just saying you should just make sustainable changes. And your doctor will probably, if you have a good doctor, they'll probably tell you that too. Most of all, God loves you at your current weight. He's not waiting for you to be a certain weight or look a certain way in order for him to start loving you. He loves you today. In fact, he wants to do this just like a good father, because he is a good father. He wants to do this with you because he wants, one, to be with you. He wants you to abide in him, and he wants to keep you focused on what's really important. What better tool than the Holy Spirit to just sustain you and to keep you focused on what's important so that you don't go off track? Because I think with weight loss, we can get off track with caring too much about the wrong things, getting defeated, and just believing the lies of the enemy. And if we are not walking with the Holy Spirit in everything that we do, anything can become a huge stumbling block for us. So I guess that's tip number 11, but I didn't want to include it because this is just like an all-encompassing word of advice for everybody and for myself. This has just been a really important element to this journey for me. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for watching. I plan to revisit this topic. This isn't going to be the topic every single week, but I'm glad you stopped by. I hope it helped you, and I'll see you again next time. And as promised, here are some progress photos.